popping on here in just a second. There we are. Me and Mr. Sean Z, everybody. Hey, welcome to Mack's Monday Mojo. And we are on location right now, trying to do some recruiting and build up this office out here in Florida. But in the meantime, we got a special guest, Mr. Sean Z, my coach, one of my coaches, and teacher extraordinaire, has built his thing from the what they say, like Drake said, started from the bottom. Now we're here. So I want you to tell us a little bit about yourself, Sean. Where you came from, what you do now, what excites you most, man. I'm excited to have you on today.
Well, Mac, I got to tell you, actually, I'm a little disappointed that I'm not at the same location you are for this. Like, if I'd have known you were going to be in Florida, I could have been on location to shoot this with you today.
You know, it was kind of a last minute thing. We saw an opportunity, and you always taught me, man, see opportunity, you got to go in there and grab it. So it was a last minute. So we're on location, but still getting it done out here.
Awesome. So, I run one of the partners in Next Level Loan Officers. The four of us have created, if you just want to be honest about it, the world's best mortgage coaching platform that's ever existed. And in my spare time, I run a few branches of USA Mortgage. I have a region that we did 356 million last year. And wow. And those aren't like Colorado and Florida loans, man. There's like a lot of Maine loans, a lot of Missouri loans. Well, I do have a branch in Nashville, so we do get some of that. But it was 658 loans that it took. I'm sorry, 1,658 loans that it took to close that. So I'm really busy. I've got a lovely wife.
Did you say 650 loans?
1,658, I think, was the exact number.
Oh man, I'm sorry. I didn't even mean to interrupt you, but you blew me away when you said that number. It just seems so big. You know, that's awesome, man. That's crazy. Yeah, tell me about your wife, because she's definitely the better half, right?
Definitely the better half. You know, she runs everything in our house. She helps take care of the boys. Although one thing that I will tell you, and the lesson that I learned early on, man, 43 as of a few days ago, and
happy birthday again.
Thank you. And I was really focused on the almighty dollar for a long time. And my oldest is 7 years old. And, I knew there had to be more. About 12 years ago, I started to get involved in coaching before, I had to get coached. I had to learn a lot to develop our program that we've had up and running for 4 years now. And one of the things that, man, so much of the coaching I was involved with was always focused on just making more money. And it's like, I learned some systems, I learned some teams, but it missed the family portion. It missed the mind health. It missed the physical portion of what it takes to really be right. And I think I invented this quote. At least I thought of it. Someone else has probably said it before, but we can always make more money. We can never make more time. Right. And when we started to really think about having children, which is a whole nother process and a whole nother story in itself, because both of my boys are adopted. And, and so, and some people can pop kids out like that and some people can't, bro. And so, we had our challenges there. I just started to think about all the things I love to do: camping, fishing, hiking, skiing, just being outdoors. And yeah, although I should live in Colorado, based on saying all those things, but
you should.
I should. Come on. But I started to think about, like, my kid being, and again, he's not 10 yet, but before I had kids, started thinking about him being 10 years old and being like, yeah, hey man, dad's worked 70, 80, 90 hours a week for you to have this.
Right.
And I just thought about me being him. And I thought about being like, man, like, Dad, I don't care about that. You could have been a park ranger. I would rather spend the time with you. And so several years before, the kids happened for us, I started to really realign my life. And, I stopped working all those hours. I built the team, which I actually do better financially. I have a much larger team with a much larger footprint. The more people you work with, the less impervious you are to economic downturns. And when things do happen, or when somebody does leave, And so I was able to build something and, do this working 40 or less hours a week. Now that definitely kicked up a little bit when we started Next Level, but one of the things that as coaches that we do and we preach, like, we run our mortgage businesses with little involvement on the day-to-day activities I need to build in order for me to keep battling the powers that be out there, fintech, the things that are coming for us. I've got to continue to build the organization. And so that's what I get to spend my time doing. And, there was a lot of labor that went into building Next Level, but now we've got that at the point where we coach and we're able to have people that do the incredibly important things, but that's just not our skill set to do. And so we've been able to run the coaching business eventually. Took a few years, like we run our mortgage business. Right. And that's really some of the biggest things. There's a book called Clockwork out there that I ask myself 3 questions all the time: trim, trash, or transfer. And what am I doing now that I need to cut a little bit off? Does that need to be transferred to somebody else or just thrown in the trash can? And so as I continue to look at moving the needle, because Mack, this, what made you great 2 years ago, it's mediocre today. Exactly. And so if we're not consistently moving that needle in our business, and I know is like the Implementer of the Year award 7 years in a row now.
I'm working on it, man.
You know that.
I probably drive my wife crazy though with it, because that implementation means change, a lot of times, and moving, and everybody just wants it to sometimes just be mellow and cool, and it's not always like that at the beginning. You burn a lot of fuel at takeoff, right?
A lot of fuel at takeoff. Yes. And sometimes you don't have the right supplies on the ship. So you got to land that thing and you got to take off again and again and again until you get it right.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it, brother. That's what I'm talking about. All last year, it felt like, kind of taking off and coming down. And now, with you guys, just, what's so cool, I got to say about, we'll throw a shameless plug in for Next Level. It's just the amount of people, men and women, that literally want to see themselves get better, but not just themselves, other people around them and their clients get better. I think the one thing I've learned from the platform and the group of people is it was just, what am I doing, not just to make a lot of money or things like that, but what am I doing to make the people around me better, the society better, my team members better, my family better, and just, every time somebody comes in contact with me, I want them to leave with something positive, and that, came a lot from once I got involved with this group, because I had never seen a group of loan officers get together and really help each other. Everybody was kind of like, oh yeah, you could do this, but I'm not going to give it all to you, because if I give it all to you, then you're going to take it. And, that's not coming from a place of abundance. And I had never been blessed like that until I joined the group. And, that's key, man. And that's the one thing I say, you guys, as long as you keep that up, you're going to keep helping a ton of people. Because I know with our platform now that we're rolling out with, teaching the art of home ownership and all this stuff, it's all about helping our clients. And every time I roll it out to one of our realtor partners, they just go, oh my God, I haven't seen anything like this before. This is really cool. How can we get all of our, they're asking me, can we put all of our clients on here, even if they didn't close with you? I'm like, sure. That's what it's all about. That's what we're about, giving back. So kudos to
Mack,
roundabout.
You kind of glazed over it. You said it quickly, but it's really important. Like, whether you're a loan officer, a realtor, or anybody listening to this, like, if you want to make an impact for people, we joke around about it. There's every coaching organization on the planet has the same script. You call people on Monday and you beg for business. Did you work this weekend? Did you play this weekend? Who did you meet? Oh, you worked. Well, who did you meet that you can refer me? And it's just like, man, well, Billy's a nice guy, so I guess I'm going to answer the call, but I know exactly how this call is going to go. And, eventually it's like, dude, it's Monday. I'm busy. I'm just not answering Billy's calls anymore. Right. And the thing is that when you change that and you create the art of home ownership and you create things to help people, It turns into, hey man, Mack's calling me. I know every time I answer the phone with Mack that he provides value for me. And I think that's really where everybody's mindset has to shift to, is you have to be a value creator and a value provider. Because if you're not, I'm sorry, dude, but you're just a leech. And like,
Yeah, that's what it is. You're a
we
beggar.
just don't.
It's not working.
No, I mean, the thing is that in all of our sales industries, and if it hasn't hit your industry yet, like it's going to, because it sure is in the real estate world. I mean, the financial technology firms can build a better mousetrap than a leech. And so, like, if you don't provide value, like
Right.
you're a thing of the past.
Yeah. You know, and that's so very true going into where we're going in 2021 and 2022. As we keep going, we've taught the consumer and taught people around us that they're not scared of the internet anymore. So push button, click mortgage, that can be very appealing unless you have something else that has a lot more value than click button, get mortgage. And, you know, if you can offer concierge services, things to help people, you know, build their, not just get into a house. This is what hit me at one point, was like, really what I'm doing is I'm creating people's biggest debt, but I'm not giving them the tools to turn that debt into wealth, because that's really what a mortgage is built to do. If you do it right, it's an appreciating asset in most parts of the country, you know. So it's not like buying a car where you buy it, you drive it off the lot and it's lost $10,000. But even if I teach you how to get that wealth, how to create that equity by owning your home, what are we doing after that to teach you how to use that virtual money that's sitting in this house that you can't grab or touch? How do you now use that to go out and leverage and buy something else and do something? That's why, you know, we're sitting out here in Florida, not to show off and say, hey, yeah, we're trying to buy this and that. No, man, that's not the point. The point of it is, if this brother right here from LA, Compton, California, can come out, learn this game of home ownership that nobody taught me until I got a lot older, anybody can do it. I mean, if you have $5,000 to play to get in the game, you can do it. You know, you can buy your first home, you can leverage that, and then you can get another house, and then you can leverage that. You may put it in the stock market, or you may do all these different things that you can do that you just don't know you can do, man. And that's why I get so excited every time I get on these calls with you guys, because I know you know the game. And I just think more people need to learn it, you know.
Or you can be Tom Cruise's stunt double in Top Gun 2 that's coming out next month.
You could. I'm waiting for the plane to come down, man, so I can jump in and go back. And that'll be in a few hours. I got to fly back to.
Oh, Mack froze on us, folks. Maybe that plane's landing right now and messing with his Wi-Fi. So we'll give him a second to come back, and if not, if you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Any feedback, anything that Mack or I can do to help you, you know, we're always here for you. And I guess that is going to be a wrap today on Mack's Monday Mojo. Peace, y'all.